Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here, looking at Tesla, but not so much from the investment perspective on Tesla, but rather from some sort of a lesson on levels and how I look at them, how prior behavior may dictate forward influence, may have some forward influence and decision-making process. So today, I believe it's an event day for Tesla. It's down 3%. Investor day after hours, and probably the board's meeting now. So something's happening in there. Perhaps a change in role of Elon just basically shuffling some cards around. Not that he's not going to be in control of the company or anything like that. Regardless, down 3%, just below 300. Right. So here's the point. You hear them say prior. Sorry, this is an open market, so I may need to pull back and forth. So that you hear prior support becomes forward resistance, and I'm going to show you a visual of it. So this is oh, there it is. I already marked it up. I was having a conversation with somebody. We can do it fresh. Here we go. So this is Tesla. And you can see that for a long while, this is 1 year daily. So every candle is 1 day for about a year's worth of action. It had support here, it had support here, and you've heard them say it anywhere on CNBC or whatever. Experts say, it's holding the $300 in spite of all the bad news. Well, here's the thing. When you hold the line, you're creating tests. So this was a test, this was a test. They're testing a neckline. All fine if you bounce off of it and maintain a rally. They tested a neckline up here and failed. Whereas if they had breached this one, they should have gone up to get to this line. And then they test that line. And then if they breach it after several tries, they go up. So look left to see what happened last time they hit that point in time. So in this case, great, not so great. So they fell, right? And they tried to recover it, and now suddenly this became resistance. Once, twice, and 3 times it looks like, if I extend this box here. So this white box zone, it's not a hard line in the sand. People look at it at 300. For me, it's 305-ish, 310, 300. So somewhere in that zone right here. It used to be support in the past 12 months, and now suddenly it's becoming resistance. But now it's an opportunity. One of these bounces higher, like this one, could retake it. And then we have a mini level here if we do that. So if we break above it, and I was long Tesla, I would exit somewhere around here. Why? Because they're going to have several tests up here without news. So having said that, is this it? 3% down. So is this going to hold? Maybe. But if this doesn't hold for the same reason this didn't hold, we might come down to this. So then what? So I look left. Uh-oh, where did this box come from? So this is where I need to change time frames. This was daily. Not enough. I go to weekly, so now I see 5 years worth of Tesla. Let's mark it up again. So this is Tesla, same stock, only now every candle you're looking at is 1 week. So, okay, somebody needs to get a hold of me. So now suddenly you see that little trend line right here? We lost it, and now they're butting up against it, and this is the same white zone we just marked up. So it's a confluence of things going on here, and now the low here is somewhere around here, so and here and here. So the good news is that this was resistance. I'll call this one too, and then a breakout, and now support once, and then the question here: support question mark. Okay, so that's a big question. Why? Because if they don't support it here, there's that mini line that I drew here, and that looked like the end of the world, and then this one, and this one brought us to that box. That's why I extended to time frame. So now you're all situated as to what this line was. So there is a line above it where we are right now, but it's important to hold. Otherwise, there's a mini line here, eyeball. That's what, 270-ish, maybe 272 eyeball. And if that fails, this is in play, 260 minus. So what happens if they test this one and fail? Then this one becomes a line of sorts, somewhere that zone here. So if 240 fails, let's call it, this can come. I'm not calling for this. I'm just sharing the levels that are important. So if I'm short, these will be places I exit. Because, hey, I won, maybe I exit, roll out somehow. If I'm long on the way up, I know where to exit. So this is just how I pick levels. And if I don't keep these boxes, then I'd have to rebuild them every time. So make sure to maintain. I have tons of boxes up here, and they all mean something, and they all are places of contention, pivot points, whatever you want to call them. This is where bulls and bears are fighting it out, and they remember. Next time they get to it, they remember what happened before, and they're likely to fight it out again. So this was just a quick look at Tesla from the sense, not so much as to where it's going to go, but rather what levels. So I tell people, stop watching ticks, watch the levels. So if I'm long, where do I exit? Where do I put my stop loss? Where do I exit my profits? If I'm short, where do I get off it and go long, book profits, cover? So how can I do it without knowing the levels? The levels are way more important than the actual ticks. So 3% down today, if I have really good visibility on this and I know the company inside and out, then I'm confident staying long. Otherwise, I know like, this might start something bad to get to here and then there and then there. So it's not a forecast. It's just which level are here and are in play. All right, Nick signing out. If you need to reach me, you can email me at sellspreads@gmail.com. And subscribe, because I release videos here and there that are free, and you'll get the notice once I release them. Nick signing out.